AJ, man, it's a full year in the sport now, man. So give me an idea. What's the biggest lessons, the surprises? I mean, what have you learned over this year?
I mean, I learned that I was watching the TV the other day, and I was watching the post-fight press conference, and I saw you in there. And I'm like, there's my dude. He's doing his thing. You get Dana, like, you get him going.
We try to. You got to get him riled up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, man, you do a good job.
I appreciate that. What about from your perspective, man? You're the one getting in the cage. I'm just out here just writing silly articles and stuff. So what's this past year been like for you?
But see, you think that's how people look at it? I don't look at it like that. It's everybody plays a part, and that's a big thing that makes this what it is, right? That's what makes, this is Bellator in Los Angeles. It's a big event, so like I said, I look at the TV and I look at it and I see all the moving parts when I watch a show, and I see the guys doing the different things, and that plays effect. Even the questions that I've been asked beforehand plays into what the interview I'm going to do with you, and the interview that you give me, it plays into the way I'll carry myself for the rest of the weekend into the fight. And then after the fight, you're going to ask me some questions. You're like, I knew that, and I'm like, all right. But how long you been interviewing?
Man, I think I've been doing this for like 15 years.
So you're a black belt in interviewing?
A black belt in interviewing, man. I guess I could do that.
Sure.
First year was probably a little nerve-wracking, you know what I mean? You feel comfortable, but you don't know if you're saying something stupid that somebody's going to think you're an idiot.
Pretty much how I felt this last year.
You're a white belt in MMA coming in. Is that what it's been like?
Coming in an MMA, a white belt. So I've been fortunate to have some red belts to look up to, and it's been a journey.
It's interesting though. I mean, it's obvious, like you see the whole game, as you said. I mean, you're talking about the role that we play. I mean, is that something that you've learned just within the past 12 months of really soaking in, understanding the industry, or were you studying it before you got in?
I think the dynamic of anything. I come from a big family, so it's it's a pretty dynamic family, and there's always a lot of moving parts, just like anything else. So when you look at things more as a whole, and I try not to just individualize myself in the situation. There's a lot of fighters on this roster, and you guys, you looked at Bellator's schedule over the last couple months. They were in Japan, they were in Hawaii, they were all over the place, and this is just another show on their calendar. But I'm working to make this a special show, and that's why I work my tail off to really to give you guys something to report on, to give the fans something to watch, and give myself my best foot forward in everything I do.
Yeah, it's awesome. You've got a little momentum going right now for sure with the wins, but I do wonder after that first loss, I mean, haters were coming out, man. They were attacking you. I saw it. Was that difficult for you to have that be your first experience?
Now I had nothing to lose, and now they're doing it. They're like, well, why is he still doing it? I'm like, well, I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this because this is what I've always wanted to do, and I'm living the American dream. I went to college, and instead of getting funneled into corporate America, I got funneled into becoming a fighter, because that's really my true calling, and I really want to, be the best that I could possibly be in that. I'm just fortunate to have the guys and the people that I'm with, and the team and the advisors that have been around me for as long as I've been living, to put me in this position to really showcase what it means to be a black belt, and like most jiu-jitsu guys out there, they get comfortable and they get their black belt and they're like, oh, I made it. Well, no, that's not a sign of making it. Like you got your first camera, you're like, oh, I made it as a reporter. No, right. No, now you go use it. So that's where I'm at. It's just been it's been real interesting, especially the last year.
I bet. Could you have functioned in corporate America? What job role would you have been filling?
I used to work at a bank.
Did you really?
Yeah. I have a degree in finance too. So.
What were you doing there? Were you like putting accounts and loans together, or?
They had me doing all kinds of stuff. I was working primarily with credit cards, but yeah, it's a shift.
Sounds like a nightmare.
To say the least.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, but you know what we're always doing is we're always crunching numbers in bank and finance. We're always crunching numbers, and that's what we're doing as athletes now. So it's a little bit easier. I know you guys are crunching numbers as well for the metrics that you got to reach, and I'm really excited when those stats that they post after the fight. It's like, oh, he landed this amount of fights and he threw this amount, or this, that, and the other, and it's just like, I'm really interested in that kind of stuff, because I'm trying to refine it to be the best possible product that it could be, given my talents, and I'm just a black belt.
I like it. Let's talk about some of the stats here in this matchup. Adele, I think of him as a karate guy, but he's got a ton of submissions to his name as well. So have you studied his game? I mean, what do you think about him overall? If you want to take that phone call, go ahead.
Nate calling me. Nate, got to call you back.
I appreciate that. We'll just put him on hold just for a little bit. But what do you think about the guy? I mean, have you broken down his tape? Are you a guy that watches and studies and that sort of thing? Because, like I said, I kind of thought of him as a karate guy, but he does have so many submissions to his name.
Does he have? He has submissions. Yeah, I think he poses. He like every fighter, they have their thing. They have their go-to things, and but there's something to be said about when you turn the heat up a little bit and you put the sun right in their eyes and you get it as hot as possible. It's like, how good are you? So that's really what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to start it with as hot as I possibly can and sustain that for the entire duration till he either gives up or the final bell rings.
I like it. This first year started out rough. It's ended up successful for you. Lay out 2020. What's the plan? Is there a series of goals in place or a roadmap? What do you think you do this year?
Yeah, I wouldn't consider it a rough start. It was a start, but
fair enough.
A start nonetheless. Yeah, but I'm gunning for that world championship belt with Bellator. I think I have the best, maybe not now, but the best capacity to have that belt. And I'm not looking to just get it. I want to hold it for as long as I possibly can. I want to set records. But I'm not looking past this fight right now, and I'm really focused on making a statement, not only to my opponent, because it's going to be him and I out there, but to everyone else. I come with a world of practitioners in the world of jiu-jitsu. So they're all looking, whether they want me to win or they want me to lose, they're looking to see what my approach is and what my strategies are and things that I do in a fight. And you could say that's self-inflicted pressure, but it's pressure nonetheless. And I'm really proud to have come from the background that I have and to have the team of guys that I'm with and to put it all on the line like this. I think that there's something that's going to happen big in 2020, and it starts with the Nick Diaz army.